Welcome to Dreams Unzipped, where you uncover the beauty of your dreams to reveal the truth of who you are. My name is Kelly Sullivan Walden, aka Dr. Dream, and today I am joined by a new / old friend. I would say I've known her for lifetimes and lifetimes, but we've been newly acquainted in this life. I am talking today to an amazing artist and dreamer and beautiful being. Her name is Kim Vergil. And if you're watching this, not just listening to it, you can see her beautiful face. So wave, Kim, so they can see you. Her and her gorgeous hair that is an artwork unto itself. Oh my God, I want to live in that world. It's for those of you who are just listening, not watching, it's like blue and red and pink and orange. Yellow and orange, and it's like a whole
don't forget the gray.
Don't forget the gray, and the gray is like the icing on top. Oh my God, it's like an underworld ocean that I want to swim in and live in. It's very mermaidian. Okay, so for those of you who are listening and watching, let me just tell you a little bit more about who Kim is. So she lives and works as a full-time mixed media artist in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, or Quebec, depending on how you like to pronounce that. She's got a Bachelor of Fine Arts from the University of Quebec in Montreal. Kim has participated in international and national solo and group exhibitions in Europe, the US, and Canada. She's a member and chair of the Arts Committee for the International Association for the Study of Dreams, IASD, or asdreams.com, as we know it, for over 10 years now. So she helps to integrate the arts more and more into the programming of the IASD conference that takes place every year around the world. The goal of bringing a better understanding of the role that dreams play for many artists, including herself. Searching for and finding meaning within chaos, I love it, is an important part of Kim's creative process that inspires her by understanding how we create night dreams. The end result becomes abstracted dream scenes as portals for the imagination. A lifetime artist filled with energy just needing to be expressed and shared back out in the world, Kim is also a member of her local art scene, participating in the annual art exhibitions with Lakeshore Artist Associaiton, that's LAA, being in bilingual Quebec, joining the English Language Arts Network, ELAN, brings together a diverse group of artists Kim shares with and learns from. And when you meet her in person, like I had an opportunity to do a few months ago at the IASD conference, her beingness is a work of art. Being around her is inspirational. Just her presence, I'm talking about you in the third person. Like you're not here. You're not here. No, but it's inspiring. It lifts the lid. It opens the walls. It makes you want to dance. It makes you want to create. It makes you want to play. It makes you want to dream. And it's really wonderful to get to connect with you. And she gave me the most beautiful necklace. I complimented her on her beautiful necklace, and she said, "Here, have it." I went, "Oh my God, you are so special." Oh my goodness. Okay, so Kim, thank you so much for joining me on Dreams Unzipped.
Oh, thank you.
So one thing that I think is really cool about you, there's so many cool things about you. You turn your dreams into art. And I know we met at the IASD, and in particular, my husband and I submitted a work that that we got an honorable mention. Is that what we got? We got an honorable mention, which was
an award of merit. So like
an award of merit with Joan Gelfand.
Yeah, fabulous piece. Really wonderful work, and a nice to see co-creating together. I like that.
Yeah,
I wasn't the only one on the jury. That was a group decision, you know.
Yeah, well, it was really an honor. It was a true honor to get to play in that realm. But you have so many works, and I see the one behind you. I think I remember that piece from the gallery. So maybe just give us a little bit of background about how you came to paint and create your dreams? How did this all begin for you?
Whoa, from the beginning?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's always fun to get a little bit of origin, like, because we all dream, we're all creative in the beginning, but so many of us, by the time we reach adulthood, stop dreaming, stop creating, but you didn't. You've amplified your dreaming, amplified your creating. So what's special about you? How'd you get to do that?
I love that you said that we're all creative, because I really like to encourage people and remind them that everybody that dreams, because the first thing that, oh my God, you're so creative. Everybody that dreams at night is creative. Let's face it, that from the time you're a baby, you are imagining the scenes, you're creating the scenes, you're designing, you're picking the clothing, the monsters you have created in your brain. Like, you are a Monster Inc. perfect creator.
Right.
And yet somehow, as we get older, we all kind of have to make choices. We pick, fields that we have to go in to make money, to put food on the table and a roof on over our heads, which is fair enough. And I guess I was really fortunate from childhood to have parents that really encouraged my creativity, and then to have a husband that just, jumped in with all that and very supportive. So where I needed that kind of cushioning encouragement to be the artist that I really wanted to be, I had that, which a lot of us don't get. But what I just on that is, it's so important for us all to remember that we are all creative. Now, if I spent, 10,000 hours, that number of perfection, becoming a mechanic, I would have been a great mechanic. If I had done, that on something else, I was fortunate and just decided to put it towards the art. So I took the pen to paper, I took the paint brush to the canvas, and that's where I think it's about, I've invested the time, the energy, the concentration, and the focus on doing it with art. And then, it was very exciting that for me, it's kind of neat, how did that bump up against dreams? Because there's many artists out there, but so I remember dreams from my childhood, and there was a reoccurring dream that happened as a really little girl. I probably was between 7 and 12.
Do tell.
Sorry?
Tell us the dream.
Oh, it's a great dream. It's a real little girl dream. There was a back door in my grandma's house that led up a stairway to this secret room, and this is totally dream, but I knew it was my grandma's house, and it was a room that was perched on the top of the peak of the house, which her house didn't have a peak, but in real life. But this room was on the tip of the room, and I could walk into that room through the door, and it was filled with Barbies and clothes and dolls, and it had a canopy bed, which I'd always wanted. But the cool thing about the room was that on the back side of the wall, there was no wall, and there was a forest beyond. And between the wall that wasn't there and was a babbling brook of rainbow-colored stones. I never ventured into that forest, but it was always there. The sound of water and the woods were always there. So I had this room. I know, cool dream. I'm sure you could work a lifetime on that dream.
Yeah, at least many lifetimes.
Yeah, actually, I almost had the opportunity to actually create it in 3D in a botanical garden. I applied, it didn't work out. But anyway, it's still an idea in my head. But anyway, so I do this kind of, I have that dream. And then I have, for me, what I call the final episode of repetitive dreams. My sister comes running into the room, and I go, no, you don't know how to be here. And the whole thing tips over, falls, hits the ground, and I never dreamt again. So I'm about 12. The interesting thing is that that's just about the time, right, when you stop playing with dolls, right? And my sisters are, come and play with us. We want to play Barbie. And I'm like, nah. So, not thinking of it, years later, I realized my dreams were either teaching me something or I learned something from my dreams, but there was a realization in me very young that something's going on here. And so I thought that was kind of neat. And then I had a repetitive dream as a teenager in high school, just a school, missing exams and that. And it finished on a really neat final dream where I got the message, you're in the right place, you'll know what you need to know, and just let it go. And I never worried about it again. So I was really tuned into the fact that something was going on in dreamland. I wasn't recording them. I wasn't these people, Patricia Garfield, a lifetime of recording dreams.
Journaling.
So exciting. For me, it wasn't that way, but I was tuned in. And so I'm an artist. I become an artist. I'm producing, I'm painting. And then I had a year from hell. My father passed away, and it was very traumatic, it was quick with cancer, lung cancer. 3 weeks, he kind of basically booted out on us. He was so cool. He was like, it's my number. I'm all good with this. And we just accompanied him on this incredible journey. But for me, it was, dreams and dreaming and nightmares and a whole experience. And then dealing with the aftermath of losing my dad, who was such an important part of me becoming an artist, encouraging me all along. So I started having nightmares, and a girlfriend of mine came to my art show and she said, there's this great dream analyst who happens to live in Montreal, Lainey Dalphin. And she said, she's given a course in Montreal. Do you want to go? And I went, I have to go. Like, we bought dream dictionaries, and I'm trying to understand what's going on. And I'm a tool girl. Like, I need to paint. I get my brushes. I need to build something. I get my hammers, my drills out. So it was like, give me tools emotionally to cope with this. And because for me, it's in our toolbox of life. So I went and did the course. And Lainey basically by halfway through, I brought my portfolio to Lainey and I said, I'm an artist and I have my dreams at night, but I paint dreams. Like, I don't know that I'm doing that, but when I look at them after, they're full of dream stories. So I want to know what's going on. Anyway, that was kind of the story of how I got into the IASD, because she looked at me and said, oh my God, I'm hosting 2008 in Montreal and we're looking for somebody to help curate the art exhibition. Will you do it? And I went, sure. Little did I know what I was getting into, but it changed.
Wow.
Those wonderful steps you take that just change the course of where you're going. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've had a few of those, and that is so exciting. So it changed, it changed my life. It influenced my artwork, because the more interesting piece was that I've been doing this now for 10 years, curating these art exhibitions. And so my work is all done ahead of time, finding artists locally and internationally. And part of IASD, as you know, there's a nice group of artists already within the infrastructure of it. But I get all my work done ahead of time, months before we're doing call for submissions. And then we set up a show. But then I get to attend this conference and have been for 10 years. So the more I learned about dreams and dreaming, the more I could understand what was going on in my dream world. But it was influencing and helping me understand what I was doing creatively for my producing of my artwork. And so then, as I understand, I then started to incorporate it more into my creative process. So that was really cool. I know, I have breath.
Oh, yeah, one breath. What a beautiful story. One thing that I think is, I'm very dreamy, and I'm also very much a pragmatist. And I think I'm always in this show, I'm always looking to bridge the gap and look for all the practical benefits of dream work. And so, kind of being an advocate for people to get out there and dream and take the few moments in the morning that it takes to go out of your way to remember them. Like, what does that do for you? And when I think about you, I think you exemplify what I tell people the benefits are from dreaming. Like, there's a vitality that it's like sparks fly off you. And often, that it's typical that kids have this. Kids dream. Kids are creative. They sparkle, and then something happens, and then the sparkle begins to dim. The dreams begin to dim, and the creativity begins to dim. And it's kind of related to water in some way. The water content in our body begins to lessen, and we shrivel, and then we die. But it's rare to see people, and I haven't known you very long, but I see you as somebody who stands out as like a human exclamation mark. You stand out in a crowd. You're confident. You're expressive. You're full of joy and joie de vivre. That's French? That's another one of my French words. Oh la la.
Yeah.
But it feels like, would you say that there's a relationship between you maintaining access to your dreaming, your creativity, and this zest that you have? Or are you even aware enough to see yourself objectively to know that you have this thing that most people take drugs to get, or that they pay lots of money to have, a life coach teach them how to get, or buy lots of things to try to get? Are you aware? And is there a relationship between these things?
Well, I think it's really interesting in terms of the creativity part. I mean, you know, how many people have come to me later in life and said, oh my God, I was an artist as a kid and I was told, you know, get a job, get a real job. So I mean, you can see that culture and society just wants to squelch that creative juice and spark, like you said, that sparkle in us all. And for some reason, and yet, can you imagine a world without art? Can you imagine? I mean, I can't even conceive of a world without creativity, the imagination, the problem solving that artists bring to the world. And yet it seems to be that kind of like poo-poo place that it's not real. It's not for the real people. And so I don't know if that ability to have been encouraged and then to latch on to it was so helped in allowing me to be who I was. And then becoming aware of that dream element and all that I've learned through the dreams and paying attention to the dreams. And now, you know, now I really do write my dreams when I remember them or when I pay attention on purpose and want to kind of, I find there's a difference between dreaming all night long, which I know I do now, which I didn't know before. I'm aware of that constant kind of, I mean, the dreams are there. It's like you have another life on the other side. I mean, you must be there
truly.
Too. When you don't realize you dream all the time, you're not picking up on that. But now I'm there. I don't remember all those dreams, but I kind of distinguish that kind of dreaming from the dream. There's a story, it's got a beginning, it's got a storyline, as crazy as it might seem, and it's got an ending. And you wake up and you go, that's a dream. So to me, those are different. I don't know about you, but I find those different.
Okay. So meaning like, what do you do? What do you do with them? Does that become more of the fodder for your artwork when it's more of the dream that is kind of like
actually that? well, and that's where we should make probably a jump in terms of my creative process. So just very aware of the dreaming world, very aware of the importance of it. And I think the beauty of learning to use it for your self-actualization, for your self-healing. I mean, the healing that I got dealing with my father passing away, of being able to enjoy the process. And yes, things need to die for birth to take place. You know, there was so much, and it hasn't ended, right? It's just been a portal opened into so much growth through latching onto the dreams. And funny enough, it was his death that brought me to the dream. So it's a magic gift. I wouldn't be who I am today without my dreams. The story of the creativity, which is kind of interesting. So I was doing artwork and the works were becoming very, very dreamlike without any purposeful intention. So meaning that I'm not the type of artist that has a dream and paints it, which lots of people do. That's really cool, an amazing place to be. But I've always been really intrigued and interested in mixed marriages, meaning I love combining the combination of the photography with the paint. So it's been an area that I've been playing with a lot. If I wasn't doing that, I was mixing paint with sticks or paints with, you know, I mean, it's always been, and photography has been a big part of my life. I love taking photos of things. So I started to really look at and try to better understand how the dream process was affecting my dreams, but how dreaming, as I understand it, how do we do that? And how could I reflect it in my creative process? So from what I understand, and again, N of 1, we do not have enough hard drive, gig in our brain, to record our life existence in film format. We don't have not enough gig. We have, so that's why testimonials and juries, we're filling in a lot of friggin' gaps in there, okay?
Right.
What we do is we photograph our life. Everything I'm seeing in your environment right now, everything that I am seeing in my environment, from, you know, your cell phone, your toenails, your eyeglasses, the necklace, you know, there's things going on in your back. We are photographing. The amount of information being put into our brains by second and by the day is phenomenal. Yeah. And then we take those images, and again, as I understand it, and during the night, when we're doing our dreaming, kind of, for me, the background dreaming, we're sorting files. You have a file for blue, and you have a file for comfy, and you have a file for scary, and you have a file for cold, and then you're unconscious, and I talk to you. Hello, Kim, I got a little story to tell you here. We got something we're working on, and I got a solution. I mean, a lot of problem solving. So let's put these images together, and to me, it's the combination of the images, the symbolic meaning of images, so it's my photography, But then you can't just have dreams with images. It's empty. There's nothing. You need emotional energy.
Yeah.
For me, the emotional energy is the paint. And when you combine the two of those, all of a sudden there's this magic that happens without me even, I mean, I feel like a conduit, Kelly. It's like, I cannot, if you said to me, paint a horse, I'm not the type of person to paint a horse. But there are a lot of horses in my work. These animals appear and you go, that's a horse. It's like so mind-blowing. So like putting all these images together, we basically, like I always explain, you can get into the elevator in your dream and walk out in the 23rd floor and you're in the forest because you took the dream of the, the image of the elevator and you took the image of the photo of a forest, you put the two together and there you have it and your brain's good with that. So for me, I take my photographs, which are just everyday life, from the mundane stain of, a great glass of wine on a table to a phenomenal sunset in Cuba or, Havana, whatever I might be traveling. So it's just life, right? My life. And I combine them randomly. And I think that's really important for me. I try and stay totally out of the ego. I'm trying to be in that place where it's like, okay, that image and that image and that image. So they're all stored in hard drives on my computer or on the iPhone now. And I go and grab them and combine them, put them on the canvas, but random. And then it's a matter of just selecting the colors. So I pick 3 colors that are inspired. So there's a kind of an osmosis between the photography and the paint. And I mix those colors and black and white. And then I just paint. And by that, I really mean, I'm not standing at an easel painting. I've got a canvas on the table or down on the ground, and I just start putting the paint on. And I just, put it on, flick it on, throw it on, touch it on, paint it on, scoot it around, rotate the canvas, do it some more. Never, ever trying to control it, to direct it. There might be something I'll pick up on a corner of a texture and I'll pull it or push it. But in general, I'm really trying to stay in a very loose, random place. Then, okay.
Can you see what's up on the screen?
I can, yes.
So can we maybe, as you're describing this, maybe talk us through this piece that's here? Because this is so gorgeous. The colors, I mean, there's so much in here. But so can you tell us what this is as you're continuing your process? I don't mean to interrupt your flow.
No, absolutely. I'm glad you brought up an example. So a piece like this, I mean, I wish I had a pointer that I could kind of stick my finger in there and kind of be pointing around.
Oh, can you see my pointer?
Yes, I can, but
okay.
I can't control that, can I?
Actually, you can.
Oh.
Hang on one second.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it. We're good to go.
You do have it?
Oh, I got it. Are you seeing my pointer on the screen?
Hold on.
You see the white one? Oh.
Okay, Kim, we're recording again. So show us one of your pieces and you can give us an example of the process that you go through when you're doing your work. Oh, gorgeous. Okay, so tell us about this piece. What's it called? And
this piece is called Birdman on a Ledge. And basically, I don't know, I'm going to run through what I see. So how I was telling you is I've put all kinds of photographs in here. And all of a sudden, and I'm actually gonna try and do you see a zoom in here?
Yes, you've zoomed in. I see the foot. Yeah. You
tell that this is a photograph from a road where there's, the walk.
Yes.
There's a picture here of some weeds in the garden, and this is some construction in the city. So. These are all photographs. There's a picture here of a tree house. I think there was something of a tree house. There's forest, and then I throw the paint at it. And so I just turn the canvas round and round. I'm literally painting from every direction. I'm getting the paint on, and then I stand back. And this is where the real art stuff and the creative process is about sitting with the work. I look at it for hours and hours until I say, oh my God, I see a bird. And for me, this became Birdman. You can see the yellow. He's got a big belly. This is his foot. And here was his tail. Once I discovered that there was a bird here, first thing I say, where are you and who are you with? And it was this ledge that caught my attention. It was the sense that, oh my God, this was like a pigeon or some kind of bird sitting over a city scene. You can almost feel the wind blowing, and there's like lots going on down there, but it's as if you're looking from above, you know?
Right.
So you're seeing that?
Yes.
Or getting a feeling for it, at least, you know?
Make it smaller a little bit just so we can see, because part of your screen covers up part of the bird. So I want to see if you minimize, like unzoom it, make it a little bit smaller.
I'm as unzoomed as you can go on mine.
I think you're zoomed out. So make the image smaller.
Nope, that's my.
That's bigger. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my God, I love that. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's funny, eh? Zooming into the details. I mean, really.
Oh.
But actually, there's a little bit of French, detour. We have a lot of construction. Lots of construction. But as you can see,
I love this.
Turn up in any direction in the piece. You know, it really can be very random. It is random. So once I find the bird, now I have a storyline. I've decided that, you know, he's on a ledge, and then it's about fine-tuning the image so that it's like going back to the camera and finding the focus of the lens and saying, this is what I've seen, but never destroying the original brushstroke. A lot of people do this kind of work, and, you know, if a face shows up and it has one eye, they'll basically put in the second eye and make it look pretty, or they'll balance things out. And for me, it's never about that. I did it at the beginning, and it's like you lose the energy of a dream. You can lose the energy of the artwork. So I've learned to be very subtle, very respectful of what was there, have faith. It's a bit of, you know, the faith in your dreams and the trust that it's done what it needed to do. Now you've got to step back and listen and learn and process. And so then once I've got my story, I can work it like a dream. I write it down, I tell a story, and I just recently worked a dream with Lainey Delphin about one of my dreams. And so it's the same process. I can take the painting, take the text that I write about this painting, and, you know, I hear the wind blowing, and, you know, this bird, I'm a man, I'm a bird, I can't quite tell. I'm sitting on the ledge above a city scene. There's construction and people and dynamics. So I can go on and on telling the story just as if it was in the first person of a dream. And then I work from there. So it's really, really interesting. And I'm struck by a couple of pieces that are just like boing, like really jumping out to me. Yep.
I'm seeing this woman, like an angel woman walking a dog. Do you see them? Like,
no,
they're right in the center at the top. They're white.
Yes, up here.
Yes.
I love it. There's the dog. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had never seen her before. Thank you. And this is what is so fun about, it's like, if it was my dream, it's like being in dream group. I have handed the dream over. When the painting is on the wall, it now belongs to all of you. And you can find, this work is so interactive and so unfolding over time. It's not, it's work that it invites you in. It works with you. And that's so exciting. You found her. I see.
I love this. Well, can I do an If It Were My Dream?
Please.
Well, if it were my dream, I'm really struck with the contrast between nature and the urban environment, because I just moved back to Topanga, to my tree house in the woods. And I've been in the city, I've been in Hollywood, and Laurel Canyon, which is a canyony, really pretty part of the city, but it's still amid the hubbub. And I was just talking about how I am a city girl. I was born and raised in the concrete. That is normal to me. There's nothing, the city is nature to me. But because I've lived for 8 years in among the trees, there's a part of me that now must live among the trees. And yet I like to be near the city. I like to look at it from afar. I like to look at it from above. Our house is perched above. So we are at bird height, and every day the birds are nesting right near us. And I was just kind of talking about my own nature that is very yin, very yang. We all have that combination, and how much more of my nature aspect I've come to deeply appreciate. And yet I wouldn't give up the part of me that likes to go and hit the pavement and be a part of that world. Anyway, this very much speaks to where I'm at today.
Wow.
So I feel like I'm the lady. I want to be that lady walking the dog. I've got my 3 dogs, walking through the canyon, walking through the streets, being in the bridge between those worlds, integrating them.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That is exactly what I love about this work, because it does talk to people in a way that is just so, I think, unique and so rich and so engaging and so personal. Look how your personal story has connected with a piece of artwork. And that's a gift that doesn't happen very often, you know? When you, and like, we can be moved by a piece of art, but when you can get it under your skin where it becomes part of you-ness, that to me, I mean, job done.
Right. You've done it. You've done it. I wonder, I imagine that 100 people together at the same time can be looking at this piece and all be struck by a different piece, like the colored stones off on the left, or that foot, or the balloon, or the nature scene. And I love the way they blend, and it does feel like it evokes that dreaming mind and all of that. It's really, really very special. I'm so attached to this piece. I almost don't want to look at another piece, but let's find another piece. I'm all about letting go of attachment. And by the way, I want you to talk about, well, you know, if it comes up while you're talking about this piece, I'm really in love with the part in your bio about the way you embrace chaos. So I would love it if you could touch on that and what you mean by that in life, in art, and maybe start with this piece and see where that leads.
Absolutely. I think that, again, I mean, everybody's life in general, as we live it now in this kind of time, the chaos, you know, and at one point, you know, having someone die that's so close to you, the chaos just comes at you in a different way, and in such an intense manner. And I think I've been very sensitive to it. My dad was a mathematician and a musician, a jazz musician. So chaos is talked about. You know.
Wow.
I know.
It's jazz. Jazz is chaos.
He was a jazz drummer. So you got So
love
I mean,
it.
The pieces tie together, right? The energy. And as I started to work the pieces, and the way they look at first, when you look at it and go, oh, it's an abstract. If someone went by the wall, like, you know, in a gallery and you walk by it, you would never know immediately. I mean, I've had many a person stop in front of the work and go, abstract, but there's a story going on here. You can feel it. So for me, it was like the excitement that I knew something was happening. Yes. But I don't know what it is. So it's that, and I still get it. I still get sick to my stomach every time I go into the studio and try and work a piece, or I'm sitting with it and I'm like, is it ever going to show up? I know it's in there. I know you're hiding. I know you're going to come out. When does it happen, you know? And then it just starts to, it unfolds. So I think we're all looking for our place, looking for our meaning, looking for our purpose. And so this work, when I started to play with it in that way of, I'm looking for you. I'm paying attention to my dreams. I want to understand. I want to decode my dream. I want to decode the paintings. So it was that searching life. You know, I'm not young. I'm not old, but I'm certainly in the middle here. And here's my purpose. So that looking for, and the wonderful gift that dreams give us is they help us put together each little piece of the puzzle along the way. So it was the sense of searching. And then when I started, so I would say searching for meaning within chaos. And then recently I realized that wasn't enough, because part of my work is about finding it. And I have found meaning within the chaos of all. I have on my journey of life, you know, been able to find little pieces that say, yes, this touches me. This is the meaning for me. At this moment, it could change, right? You know, something else happens and reevaluate. I've learned never say never as I go along. But it was really the fun of realizing that I search and find meaning within them, but so do others. And the minute that started to be really engaged, that it's not just me, people like what you just did. You just did with the painting, where you were looking, you were searching, and seriously, Kelly, to find it so quickly is amazing, because usually people, you know, it can take time. So this,
oh no, it jumped out. It like knocked me over the head. I didn't actually even go in looking for it. It was like, hello, here I am, look at me. Right?
That's so magic. So this piece is called Descending. And I've had many different interpretations kind of revealed to me. And again, I'll show you some just because it's a process if you don't. But for me, the first thing I found in this was this wonderful stiletto. And once I found a shoe, I went, well, usually a shoe is attached to a leg, and a leg is usually attached to a body. So here's a skirt. And then I thought, oh my God, it's stairs. And this woman holding a scream, the mask of the scream. Here's the mouth.
Oh my God.
Here's her hair. She's running down the stairs screaming, right? Descending the stairs.
Oh, I see her. Oh my God.
So you get chills, right? It's like, okay, what are you doing in there? Who are you with? Where are you running? Who are you running from? You know, I mean, there's many other elements in there. If you look behind her, it's almost as if there's a stairway going up to somewhere dark and, you know, secret upstairs with a curtain.
Oh, yeah.
And you see this figure? There's a woman standing here pointing in this direction. She's standing pointing. I see. There's a woman in pants. I think she's in pants.
Yes.
Her head would be roughly here. She's pointing that way. And it's almost like, you know, who is this?
But she looks like, it looks like a skeleton face. A skeleton clown face.
Yeah. She's got a big nose. Like, is she, what's going on? You know, fear of clowns, kind of intrigue of clowns, right? Are they for us or against us? Are they with us or what, you know? They're going to pull us under the, you know, pull a joke on it. Anyway, so that was that piece. But I've had many people talk about the ghost here. There's something to do with some wonderful spirit.
The one that stands out to me is this one, the purple one down at the bottom right, the profile face.
This?
Yes.
Oh my
That's the eye, and then lower is the mouth. There's the nose. You just have it's the profile of the nose, and then underneath is the mouth. See that little? That's the mouth.
No.
Do you see the little? Do you see it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the profile, and he's got this like purple hair that's jutting straight up.
Yep. Oh my God.
And it's like almost like the lady's running down the stairway of his hair.
Yeah.
And down into his head.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
She's descending into him, and he's got light in his eyes, like three lights in his eyes.
Yes. 3 lights.
I'm curious about him. He to me is the star of the show.
Okay. I want to. Can we? Oh, if I zoom, I can't move it. Oh, yes, I can.
There you can. You can do anything.
Isn't that cool? So what I want to show you is that is the pistil inside a flower. This is the head of a flower.
Oh,
isn't that wonderful?
That's
and that's
beautiful.
The pistil inside. Yeah, unreal.
God, that color is gorgeous.
I think the slipper is actually a thing of paint.
Oh, I love it.
What I want you to see is the character that looked like this figure of a woman. You tilt your head sideways. It's a bed in a room.
Oh, yes. And the back, okay, the headboard is like that headdress, that or back, whatever. What do you call that?
The headboard?
Headboard is,
sideways.
To me, that takes me on a journey by itself.
Yeah.
And this fact that it's sideways, upside down, it's like it's its own helix.
Yes.
It's like I'm ecstatic over that piece.
I mean, and again, you could travel for hours in front of this piece. And what I've noticed, I've had people, Kelly, that 2 years later, they're sitting in my living room, a piece that hasn't sold, say, and I'm living with it. And I lie down on the couch, or, you know, I see it from a different angle. I'm passing and I go, oh my God, there's this woman looking right at me. How did I not see you? So even find these pieces, and that's 2 years. So, you know, from months to instantaneous connection to things that take time and grow and change as we do, right? Finding the meaning in ourselves over time within the chaos. So it's just so interesting. I want to show you this next piece because this is, remember I told you I can't paint a horse.
Yes. Oh, hello.
The horse.
We see the horse. I think, of course, we see the horse.
So, I mean, again, there's a whole story about this. This is called Horse Rider, because for me, there's definitely a character sitting on the horse's back. There's somebody standing here in judgment or beside the horse. I'm not quite sure. And I feel that the horse has wings.
Oh, yeah.
And is maybe flying over some kind of a finish line. There's a blue line here.
Oh, ooh.
But I want you to focus on this right now, and I'm going to do the little zoomy thing. Can you see what that is a picture of in here? It's the inside of an airplane.
Oh my God.
And
it's a cock. Oh my God.
Yeah. And it's where we sit, right? I was the first on the plane. I took a picture, or the last off the plane. And this is the bed coverlets. This is from the IASD conference, photos I took when I went to Virginia Beach. Well, no, sorry, we were in Berkeley. And here's the bed rumplings in my room that in the morning. It's the but look at that when it comes together. It has nothing to do with that. And yes, it's the essence of those things come together differently. It's just
right. Well, it's like the comfort of the cushions, or part of what has him cross the finish line, if it were my dream. And he's also going somewhere. He's on a plane. He's like going into another realm. He's flying.
Yeah. This horse is flying.
And I'm calling him a he.
He's a moving for sure.
He's moving and a shaking. And I don't think that the person's looking in judgment. I think he's looking in awe.
Ah, I like that.
If he's leaning back, leaning back going, whoa, check this out.
Yes.
And yeah, this is like the part, the masculine part that's more of an earthbound creature, but he's connected in some way to this wild, abandoned horsepower of imagination.
I
love it. Yeah. So Kim, Vergil, we could go on for hours and do more of your pieces, and I think, and we're already up around the hour. So let's wrap up with this piece. Let's say a little something about this, and then some of your, parting words of wisdom. But first, wow, I'm already sucked into this world. All right, give us a little bit about this piece.
This is very powerful. This is one of my, very moving. So it was called Portrait of a Masked Woman. And the minute I found her lips, I was like, okay, I gotcha. And it really was the lips that hit me.
Oh.
So this woman who is wearing a mask, she's hiding her face. And for ages, I could only, so the eye, she's got like a bandana, a scarf flying in the wind. Here's her long neck.
Oh, okay. I just saw her. I just got it. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that's what I found at first. And again, who are you with and where are you? Right? It's the first thing I'll ask, because it's like the dream, right? When you're in the dream and you're talking to the dream and I wish I could be more lucid in my dreams. I'm still working on it, but I'm trying to be able to say, so who are you? But I get to do things. So I asked her, and eventually what really blows me away in this piece is the next thing I discovered is her hand. There's this beautiful hand that she's holding up here. There's long, beautiful fingers, almost tattooed, and they're in a gesture of holding something up. So I was wondering what's going on with this hand. And then this other woman appeared, and I called it, so for me, she's looking in a mirror. She's looking at herself. You see her lips reflected right here. Here. And here's two eyes and a nose. So this beautiful woman who is not masked, it's as if she's holding up a mirror and she sees a reflection of herself. And
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in so I can?
Yeah.
So yes. Okay.
Right
here. Yes, with her beautiful eyes and beautiful eyelashes.
There.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy? And she's got a beautiful feather in her hair, in her hat. And she's like this proud woman looking straight at her and going, I'm not wearing the mask. Like, I'm beautiful just the way I am. So I just, this piece is so cool. And
God, it is amazing. It's amazing. Can I do an If It Were My Dream real quick?
Please.
Well, what's jumping out to me, if you could zoom back in, zoom out, I'm sorry.
Out.
So,
yep.
there's so right next to the woman's face, it's like there's a snow leopard face. Here? Nope, to the right of her face, right there, like in the circle right around her. It's like it's a snow leopard. It's like in that white face, there's a little, that pretty eye.
Yes.
Like right. Do you see that? So stop the cursor where you think the eye is.
Here.
Nope, higher.
Oh, here.
There, that.
Oh my God.
That gorgeous eye. Yes. Yeah. So this is like it's a snow leopard. It's like this wild, special, sacred tiger, kind of a creature that is just, it's part of her essence. And I think if it's my dream, she's masked because she's trying to figure out how to harness her power. She's coming into more of her power, and she just hasn't quite figured out how. So she's taming it down by masking herself, but she's coming out. It's like her colors are seeping through the mask. So at some point the mask just dissolves as she unifies with this sacred tiger.
I love it. And, I mean, this is so fun because up in the top, I mean, the photographs again.
Oh my God.
This is a barbed wire fence.
Ah!
There's a chain link over here.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
no
is
way.
Fun. It's a rack of clothing in a store with all the rainbow colors they had arranged in a way.
No way.
You know the artist Chihuly?
Oh.
The wonderful glass artist Chihuly. I'd gone to his show, and this is all photographs of his beautiful glass sculptures. I mean, it's just so interesting. A shot of the road in Florida when I was driving on the road with my mom.
Oh my God, a shopping cart?
Yeah, and a shopping cart. There you go. Yes, a shopping cart right here. Yep.
Kim, this is amazing. You are, so if somebody's watching this and now, just like me, they've fallen in love with these pieces, they can find you or maybe get reproductions at your website. Is it kimvergil.com? kimvergil.com, KIMVERGIL.com. And if people want to learn from you, if they want to work with you, or do you offer classes? Do you offer workshops or one-on-one?
I do. Actually, I've been doing some courses here in Montreal, and I'm working on getting an online course up and running, because I think this is something that would be very doable online, in terms of everybody works with their own photography and learns the technique of letting go. And what's so fun is you don't need any experience, and the results are so powerful, because it comes from, I call it painting from the inside out, you know? I mean, you might not have, my first piece was not the best piece I ever made, but I've put a lot of time into it, and I'm doing work, and it gets better and better, but the results are there. And what I've really enjoyed about the new website I have is that you can get prints done of the work. So if you like a piece and, and you're interested in prints, either larger or smaller, on canvas, on metal, the new websites are just phenomenal for making it really acceptable. I want to compete against IKEA. And that artwork that's out there that has no soul. This is about artwork that has
with soul.
Yes, it has soul, and you're supporting local, artists from here.
Right.
I'm talking North America at this point,
Yeah.
I think it's very important. So that's been a big part of getting this website up and going and sharing the work out in many ways. So that's kind of fun. And doing the courses, it's definitely a big part of it. Also commissions, working with people's work, other people's photographs. If people say, listen, I'd love you to do a piece with my work, I've done that, and the results are very different and very astounding. Because it's all there in that, universal energy, right? It's like collective dreaming. It goes back to the dream. So all that energy is there, and it doesn't have to be my photographs. And when it's engaging someone else's photographs, it really pulls in your emotional energy into the piece you're having commissioned. So
oh, that's a great idea. Well, Kim, Vergil, thank you so much for taking time out of your artistry to spill some paint onto the canvas of this show, and for being such an inspiration and filling up my soul. I feel like my dreams and my soul and my creativity are just buzzing, and I know everyone who's watching or listening to this is feeling the same way. So thank you so much for living out loud, and your hair is just one symbol of that wildness that you inspire. I adore you, and thank you again. A big shout out to the IASD, International Association for the Study of Dreams, for bringing great people from so many different kinds of walks of life and walks of dreams together, and creating the mixed medium of dreams that we all get to do together. So thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, KimVergil.com. See you very soon. See you in dreams. Thank you, everyone. And remember, as always, don't take your dreams lying down. See you next time.
Woo!